join us for this event. I'm going to be introducing Kendal, and Kendal Netmaker, speaker. Oh, I am pleasure to introduce our speaker, Mr. Kendal Netmaker. He is known as one of the Canada's most accomplished entrepreneur for over 25 awards in business up to date. Kendal was recently one of the Canada's top 40 and under 40. The country most coveted, can't even say it, award for young business leaders. Each year, Kendal speaks to thousands of people worldwide and on resilience, leadership, and Indigenous values. In addition to being a sought-after speaker, Kendal has authored the best-selling book, Driven to Succeed, From Poverty to Podium. And he has his books, by the way. He is the founder of the Nietzsche Gear, a lifestyle clothing company that empowers youth through sports. Every year, they donate thousands of dollars to helping youth to take part in the sports. Kendal Keynote Workshop and Consultant Program has inspiring thousands around the globe, and his goal is to inspire you to become who you were born to be. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome Kendal.
Thank you, Lydia. Appreciate it. That's okay. You did great. Thank you. Danse, kitamskat no kakyo. Imi asene petutek. Anotsuma, I'm going to be speaking very similar to what we talked about this morning. Some of us here from this morning's program, they heard some of the story from the journey. I got you to think about your story, where it is that you want to go to in the future. But before we get into that, this morning we heard from and learned from some of you as young business leaders, entrepreneurs, looking to start your own thing. Some of you have already established what you are doing. And before I get into the story I've been asked to come and share today, I want to ask a few of you that I've already pre-asked to come up and share or demonstrate a part of your product, your service, and how you are going to spread your message, your product, your service to the world. So, who is our first volunteer that wants to come up? Let's not all put our hands up at the same time. Justin, Astab, come on up. Come on up, come on up. Let's give it up for Justin and Sierra. All right, here we go. I'm going to hand the mic over.
Hi, my name is Justin Carter. Okay, what were we supposed to? What was the question again? Oh, what we're working on in the class is my business is called For the People Entertainment. It's a studio, so they don't have one in Lloyd. I thought I'd figure, since I do music, that I'd open one up, you know. And she wants to be a business. She's gonna be a business partner. She does the same thing, so hopefully she goes to get an engineering degree as well, because we need one of those. And yeah, I'll let her say something.
So our idea is to get a location in Lloyd, Minster, for artists that need guidance in making their own music, and like music videos too, or pictures for their like social medias if they want to start off with social media. And then we want to bring that type of service to individuals who don't know where to go to for that. And we'll be there to help you through the way. And if you want to post music on streams like Spotify or Apple Music, then Justin will be helping with that because he knows about that. And like he said, I'll be working on that engineering degree, music engineering degree. And we don't have much to share right now, but because it's still in the works, but we have an idea of what you guys might wanting in the future for music.
I'll also be singing a song later. I'm not sure when, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. All right.
Right on, right on. Thank you, Justin Sierra. All right, so following today's keynote, we'll ask them to come up and do a performance, which I'm looking forward to. And, you know, we put it on the stream. People are watching this right now from all over. They'll be sharing it. So if you see these two young people here trying to live out their dream and you have an idea, you have something or a connection, why don't you reach out to them, help them? That's what it's about. We're meant to help each other. So at this time, I would ask Tamara, do you want to come on up? Tammy? Come on up. Tammy is a very, very talented artist. Let's give it up for Tammy. This is one of her products right here. Just share, how did you get into this? Tell us this journey.
I haven't written down.
Okay, you can just speak from here. You got this.
I just admire seeing a lot of people doing work and getting somewhere. And I create my own designs. And I also do like mugs, and this is one that I did.
Amazing. Believe it, achieve it, love yourself. Love it. And we're also going to give this away right now. So if you were here, we put your name in the draw. Here's the lucky winner.
And you have to be here.
And you got to be here. Who's the winner, Tammy?
Jermaine.
Jermaine. Is Jermaine? Okay, come on up. Come on up. Our security. Right on. How can people order from you, Tammy? How can they reach out? Because you got not just T-shirts, but I saw your water bottle. You make your own custom water bottles, all different types of
I do
things.
all kinds of decals for vehicles. They can get hold of me on my email. We haven't done our business card yet, though.
What's your email? How can they reach out to you?
TammyWoodstone@yahoo.com.
TammyWhitstone@yahoo.com if you
On Facebook.
and on Facebook. So if you want decals, you want custom products, this is the young lady who is doing that. Let's give it up for Tammy. Thank you for coming. All right. So I'm going to come to this side of the room. Is there any other volunteers that want to come up and share something that they're working on? I know a lot of them right now. You know, it's okay to be shy. It's okay to, you know, it's tough to get up and speak in front of your peers. But none of them are maintaining eye contact with me right now. So I take that as a sign. Last call on this side. Anyone want to come up? We're seeing this. That's okay. I'm going to come back over here. Anyone from the back or before I come to the front? Okay. I see finger pointing, and I think, do you want to come up? You're okay? You want to come up? Come on up. What's your name again? Okay, let's give it up for Marie and Andrea. All right. Okay. Here you go.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Marie Partridge, and I do beauty services. I do gel nails, sorry, I'm nervous. I do more than beauty services. I can either come to you or you can come to me. Right now I have a gift card to any of my free services I'm giving away. So I do lashes, brows, gel nails, and many more. So if you want any of my services, you can enter a draw to win one of my free services right here.
Awesome. How can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook or Instagram.
What's the word that we type in for them?
Amicio Aesthetics on Facebook, and on Instagram you can find me Aesthetics Amicio.
Awesome. All right.
She's
so
gonna
here's,
do a draw right now.
Here's the
Okay.
draw.
The winner.
Here's the winner. Who's
And
that
remember,
winner?
you have to be here.
Tammy Woodstone.
Oh, okay. There you go. Right on. Awesome.
Okay, I'll take this one.
It worked out. Awesome. Thank you. Let's give it up for her, okay? Awesome. Here we go, Andrea.
You can do it.
Hello.
Your name, business name?
My name is Andrea Chief. I trying to start up a business called Cuts and Brows for haircuts to make people feel refreshed, feel good about themselves. I also do tinting, waxing, and hopefully soon I can start up a business here in Onion Lake. You know, instead of going to Lloyd, you have a place here. And I'm donating my services for a brow or a trim.
Awesome. Okay, here we go.
Drop the mic.
There we go. The winner is?
Tyler stinks.
Hey, we're cutting that out of the live stream. Just kidding. All right. Let's find this. Let's find this real name.
Buffy Whetstone.
All right, Buffy, come on up. Come on up.
So I have, you can either message me on whatever, or there my number's on there. You can text me and we'll arrange. Okay. Yes.
Good work. Good work.
Kim is the only one. Kim and Dusty. I don't know if Dusty is gonna be there. Kim.
Kim's gonna, yeah. Just before I call you up there, Dusty, did you want to come share anything? No? Okay. All right. I think you got your team rooting for you, so it's up to you. You don't have to do it. That's okay if you don't have to. Hey, but so far, I just want to say something really quick before we get into it. It's hard getting up here speaking in front of people. I think some of the people in the back felt that, but you know what? They did it anyway. They were courageous, they got up, and they spoke. So let's give them one more round of applause, okay? Right on. It's getting outside our comfort zone. So many times in life, that's where a lot of growth happens. We get scared, we don't know what to expect, but you do it anyway, and you find something, you learn something about yourself. So I got one more speaker I'd like to come up and share some words, share a little bit about his journey. He shared a little bit at lunch with me. I got inspired just in that short time, and I hope and I encourage him to continue sharing his message and what he does and how he got to where he is today and where he wants to take it. Come on up, Mr. Kimberly. Give it up for him.
Hey, thank you. Hey, Kendal, Tansin, Tutem, Dick. My name's Kimberly Whitstone. Everybody knows me, but today, I didn't, to be honest, I had a good day yesterday, and today I thought about it when the messenger was going off. I was like, maybe I listened to Paul as a comment. So anyways, I'm here today. Nanaskamun. Right away, I sat down right in the first spot because in Stoughton, hands-on, eyeball. So I made my way to see a gentleman, Noah. I want to share how I started. I started in day school. Demaxia, a lot of us suffered trauma while our parents were caring. And I carried that sickness that's called ADHD. So men's health, wellness is good today right now. Moine Pelsin, Tamskat na Kakyo. So I want to share something. He inspired me, but I was already a full-fledged artist at Demaxia, and so I speak through my art. I don't know if people see my art on the community, but I perfected that moment. I inspired myself to the fact of what enlightened my trail. I turned my life around, not on command. I went into a life where it was leading me to other dimension gaito ano, igiwan sinyan. But today, as it went, I started realizing what my intention was. Looking at Mr. Netmaker and Stutaman, one day I want to be like him. But I started dealing with issues. So today, nananstutene ko to better myself. In order to better myself, I wanted to love myself. And it took a long time. And anuche ko, I wanted to find out how I can fit in back to the community. I burned bridges into my little island, so I started swimming. And I swam for the longest time. And today, I got on to the other shore of my island, around me. And when I got onto my land, like you said, so I opened up. Anuche ko, today my art, every painting I try share of what above Anuch. In Tutawak, I shared, this is what I'm going to say. 5 years ago, when I suffered gunshots, I left. I left maybe 3 days. But as I returned, the trips I went, in Stuten, I seen the other world. And I woke up in heaven. And when I came back, the doctors were surprised. And I heard them say, he's back. And then when I woke up, when they asked me, they were talking to me. But I closed my eyes. I seen the star, Achakush. The guide, that's our guide. Anoche ko. In a lot of ways, is how I perceive myself. I thought about life in general. Ekwa. I started thinking what I need to do to better myself, to ask for forgiveness. And I started with myself, and I sat with Mom. Every day after my accident, I tried reaching out to people. When I woke up from hospital, I blurted it out. I said, Mom, Kukum. I saw Kukum, cherish. And I came from below. My destiny is unknown. Ekwa. When I heard my name, Uncle, I looked around where I was. And I knew it wasn't a place. And the second call, Uncle, I looked again. And I seen the entrance. And I seen my niece. I'm not supposed to do this. Where are you trying to go? And me, real naive, no fear. I was walking in. So, when she pulled me, all of a sudden I was in heaven. I seen people dancing, all in regalia, and I was trying to go after chairs, and I started crying, chairs! And then and all of a sudden, I woke up in the hospital, U of S. After 3 days being operated on, they came up to me and said, Kimberly, there's a bullet in your heart. We can't remove it. If we do, we won't be able to repair you in time. We've been working on you for 3 days. So I didn't want to acknowledge them. I kept my eyes. I wanted to remember that's where I came from. And then they kept talking to me. Investigators got to me, but I closed my eyes. I wanted to remember the last look kukum. And then when I woke up, I was currently painting that day when I got shot 5 times. The bullet in my heart remains. So the doctor said, Kimberly, you're going to have a long life. So when I got home, I looked at the paintbrush. My stomach was stapled up. I couldn't move for 1.5 years. So I recovered. As I recovered, I wanted to paint the visions, picture, photogenic memory I had. So I listened to my thought, my kwemi. I said, Sisa, this is what you have to do. Today, I paint in my art. Everything is defined and perfect. But I started thinking what I can do to change my life around. I had to quit everything. Liquor, drugs, being with family. I support it as much as I can. Anoot, nstuten, kikwama. So today, it was an opportunity to see this program. And I deja vu twice with my classmates, and I didn't want to share that. Maka. I wanted to go on podcast. I went on podcast a couple of days ago with Coffee Talk, and I thought, I want to share. I want to help. But today, here I am. There's a purpose in life. I am in topics ko atak kistamno, kistasno, tamok, what I went through, how he inspired me. So, in student what my purpose is, I want to carry the gift and pass it on to our community. I want to give back 110 of what they provided for me, supported my art. As I said, I suffer from ADHD. I don't have the fundamentals of your profession, but I am trying my best. Inintensutaman, kikwama, kakikeshkinkwan, kakwesaki swan. I started loving myself. And then I thought, I want my community to see where I went, but I have to share in a more content ways. And today's a start. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'll be further, but today I want to worry about today. Like, that's what I wanted to share. I don't know what to say more, but he inspired me. Okay, and so here, my purpose today is to give back to the community. I want to open up a tourism site for our community so they can carry on the passion I have in artwork, our culture, our cultural values, puki kwai. And Anuj, Exnamaswa. This is a little drum. Maka. The point is, I perfected it. It took me 20 minutes to put this together, and I thought about it. I said, I got to give back to the community. I want to pass this on, this knowledge, these creations, the culture. I want to bring a structure. Today I'm sitting with my colleagues, my classmates. I want to sit down with all of them and for them to guide me, because nista I suffer. Maka. Inute tamskatago kakyo. Next time, maybe I'll speak a little more defined, but I just wanted to share my purpose is to give back to the community. I want to bring arts and craft for our people and treatments. Because this was my ticket home. Today, I want to pass this to Mr. Kendal. Tamskatna kakyo. Hi. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Miyasin. Hi. Naskuman. Even has my name on it. I wasn't expecting that. Oh my goodness. How can people find you if they want to order from you? Facebook or Gmail. What's your email too?
KimWhitstone@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. KimWhitstone@gmail.com. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. One more round of applause, please, for him. It's beautiful. I want to thank all of the speakers who came up here today. I know it can get very nerve-wracking up here, especially when you know people from the community, and you can feel anxious, you can feel scared. And I just want to share with you that if you're nervous up here, if you're scared, if you are struggling speaking, it's a reflection that you care. It's a good thing. It gets easier the more you do it. So I encourage all of you to continue speak and to continue to share your voice up here. My goal here as a speaker is to do my best up here to encourage others, to live your potential, live your purpose, to follow what's given to you in here, to try to clear your path so you have a good path here on earth, whatever that looks like for you. Before I get into today's presentation, I know some of us were here this morning, some of us came for the afternoon. Before we get into it, I just wanted to share something that was told to me many years ago from elders back home. One of the things that was said growing up was that all of us here, every person, whether the people live streaming, our elders, our mothers, our teachers, our directors, every person here is here for a reason. Everyone has a purpose. So what that means is you matter. You are important to this world. The fact that you woke up today means that you have work to do here still during our time here. Only so many days we've been given here to be here. So what I was told growing up is that as we're walking every step of our journey, to try to get along with each other, try to help each other, try to encourage each other. The power of our words and how it does to help another human being. We don't know what they're going through. And the words, encouragement that you say could literally help save that person to see another day. The opposite of this is discouraging others, envying others. We don't want to feed any of that in this room. We're here to share and encourage the lighter side of it, because all of us go through our own journeys. Sometimes we don't know why we grew up a certain way, why obstacles were put in front of us. But here's what I've witnessed as I became a coach, a mentor to a lot of people. Many of them are our own people, First Nations. Many of them also are non-Indigenous. Here's what I've noticed. I've heard a lot of stories throughout my time. Stories like Kim's. People who have had to overcome insurmountable odds. They have this one thing in common. Many of them, their childhoods were filled with hardship, obstacles, sometimes trauma, abuse. And somehow they make it through. They keep moving forward. They keep trying. They keep finding ways to move forward. And somewhere along their journey, they become older. They either become a teenager, a 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, maybe an elder. And once they hit that point, something happens, a light bulb moment comes. And oftentimes, they'll have that epiphany that says, now I know why I went through it. Now I know why. And they see themselves in that present helping someone just like them, inspiring someone that was just like them. Now they're older. Sometimes we go through obstacles, through hardships, through pain to prepare us and to show us, because one day we're going to meet someone like us. And we're going to have to be a role model to them, a parent to them, a grandparent. And sometimes we have to go through those obstacles to prepare us for that person, our future self. Many of you this morning heard the story I'm going to share right now. The story is very similar to a lot of us in this room. I'm the eldest in my family. I have 3 younger sisters. Ever since I was a kid, I was living in 2 worlds all the time. Life on the res, back home in Sweetgrass, but also life off the res at times, going into the cities, the towns, eventually post-secondary and so on. 2 different worlds. As I got older and I got into business, helping other entrepreneurs, I realized that it's a different world there too. You know, you step, even off the reserve, you go into Lloyd, you go into Edmonton, you'll notice that in order to get ahead there, you have to adopt a different way of doing things. So here's an example. Here on the res, you have your ceremonies, you have your culture, you have your faith, whatever that is that looks like that for you. And in your faith, you are grounded. You are humble. You're showing respect. Out there, it's a different world, built on hierarchies, built on competition, built on scarcity. Means there's not enough for everyone. So everyone's fighting for something. And I've experienced that not just in school, but also in business. As business owners, everyone's fighting for contracts. Everyone's fighting for a sale. For those of you who are business owners or entrepreneurs in here, try to come from the feeling like there's enough for all of us, because there is. When people feel like there's not enough, that's a conditioned mentality that will stop you from growing. Not just in business, but in life, in your mindset as well. So what that means is there's enough for all of us. Let's encourage each other. Because the more we encourage each other, the more we help each other to succeed, we buy each other's product, we support each other's service, the more we do that, that energy cycles, people see that, and that's how communities flourish. And it extinguishes envy, jealousy. And when people help each other, more people rise. More people see that energy, they want to be part of it. I want to try that too. I could do that too. Now they see someone like them in their own community, trying, rising, just like our young man here. I'm going to call you young man, even though you're my brother, okay? People rising, picking up the microphone, starting businesses. More people want to try that now, and that energy is contagious. That's what we're trying to create here. We're trying to grow more of that. I asked myself this morning, I always pray before I come and speak. I always ask Creator for help to say the right things, that I don't mistake anyone. I don't say the wrong things. My goal is not to offend anyone, but to encourage. That's why I'm here. If I say anything to offend, it's not intentional. I speak just like my brother from here. It comes from here. My ideas come from here. And as I was told many years ago, this is Creator's way of speaking to us, right here, what we feel. And the quickest way to extinguish that line or put a cloud in front of you, and this is controversial to some of you maybe are struggling through this right now, is when you're around too much negativity. You're around negative environments, addiction. You put a cloud in front of you and you wonder why you can't find your way until you remove it from your life. Then you can see your path. So sometimes people may get ahead further than you because they decided enough's enough. I'm going to stop that and I'm going to go after this thing. I'm going to go after my program. I'm going to go become that person. So it takes courage to rise and to go after something. We had speakers come up. I was the one that when people would ask me to come up and speak, I was the one doing that too. No, not me. No way. That was me. That's why I was giggling. I'm not making fun of you. I was me. I'm laughing at myself. I was shy, timid. I used to pick up the piece of paper that I used to write with, and I would shake like a leaf in front of people. Anytime in school, whether it was elementary, high school, none of the people that I graduated with ever thought I'd become and do what I do now as a speaker. Because I used to sit in the back of the room, didn't want to be noticed, didn't ever want to put my hand up, because I had low self-esteem. I had no belief in myself. You know why? Because my environment around me conditioned me to be like that. What I witnessed around me was a lot of people making fun of each other, a lot of people holding each other back, a lot of people suffering through pain, not thinking and talking hopeful. So we got to switch that and to focus on talking about your dreams. What is it that you want to achieve? That's why we asked some of them to come up here today. They're talking about their dreams, what they're working from, what they want to create for their community. Let's all support them now. They put it out there. They put it on the stream too. Let's support them. Anyone who's watching on the stream, you know some of the people in here, support them. Send good energy their way. We see too much things on Facebook, on Instagram, Snapchat, people belittling people. Let's switch that narrative. Right here, we're an Onion Lake Cree Nation. Why can't this be the nation known for positivity and what they put out there? Why can't they be the ones that are known for entrepreneurs, building them up, rising and building companies out here, not just in the community, but in the nearby cities and towns? Why can't we create that? You know, everything we do starts up here, our mindset. And if we want a new outcome, we got to shift what we put into our mind, who we listen to, what we listen to. One of the most underinvested things is people coming to rooms like this. They don't make time for this, but you did. And I want to say what I said this morning to all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making time. Thank you for bringing your children here. Thank you for setting an example for them. Thank you for bringing your teammates, your colleagues, your family, your workplaces here. Thank you for making time to watch a live stream like this with us. The more we invest in our minds, what we listen to in a good way, the more we're going to take that back. We're going to take it to our home. We're going to nurture our children with that, our workplaces and so on, and that energy becomes more healthy. You ever walk into a room and you want it to walk back out? You guys ever been through that? Why is that? What is the word? What do you feel? An energy, right? And what does that energy feel like? Negative, right? It's not the positive. So you feel that. You walk around, oh, I don't know about this. Kind of feels, a little anxious in here. It feels very down. And you kind of trying to get away out of there, right? What about the opposite of that? When people are happy, in a good mood, what do you feel? You walk into the hall here. People are in a good mood. They're feeling good. You could feel that too, right? So which one are we going to feed? You know how it starts? Individually, with how we think, how we speak, and encourage each other. That's how it starts. I can't control them, but I can control how I choose to operate. That's what matters. And that one ripple effect of one human being has massive effects in a community surrounding, not just here, but all across this land. You want me to give you an example? The example I'm going to share is not to sound like I'm bragging. It is to give an example of hope. When I started Nietzsche Gear, I was 22 years old. I couldn't think of 5 people on the palm of my hand I could call that looked like me, talked like me, came and grew up like me. I was in the mainstream, opening up shops. I had no other mentors that were like me. Within the next 10 years after that, there was an abundance of them. 5 years after that, post-pandemic, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds all across this land. I met 5 of you here today. This wasn't happening 15 years ago. So what we have here is an opportunity to continue this growth and watch people become ultra successful. And the reason maybe you didn't have a lot of money growing up, didn't have a lot of abundance, is maybe you're meant to be generous in the future. Maybe you're meant to help another person, mentor them. Maybe you're meant to help build things in your community, sponsor people. There's a saying that when someone doesn't have a lot, and all of a sudden they get it overnight, what they have right here only expands. So if a person means well, trying to do well, and somehow their dreams grow, they're going to 10 times what they were in the past. So what we plant here today, our thoughts, our ideas, how we feel, how we treat each other, how we encourage each other, we are literally planting seeds for the next 5-10 years. So if we don't like how things are right now, maybe we're going through a tough time, what are the seeds that we're going to plant here today? What are we planting here today for the next 5-10 years in our path, our family's path? Before I get into this story, I want to share with you one more thing. Not too long ago, I had lost one of the elders that I was learning from, I was apprenticing from, back home. I used to have to sacrifice a lot of time, energy, time with my family to go back home and to learn from him. And one of the teachings that he shared with me was what I'm going to share with you right now. Just watch him, that laptop's on there. Yeah, he's going to pull on the cord there, yeah. So one of the teachings that I want to share with you came from this man. And I want to share it with you, because for most of you, this will probably resonate with you. I used to go and give him tobacco, and I'd ask him to listen to me, because I was struggling in my life. I'd give him tobacco, I'd say, "Sis, help me, listen to me." And he'd listen, and time again, he'd listen to me. And it was usually the same thing. I was upset with external people, some of them were family, and how they treated me. And some of these people were doing wrong, but they kept doing it again and again and again. Finally, my uncle said to me, after I just finished giving him tobacco, and he listened to me, he said, "Everything you just told me is out of in alignment with how you're supposed to live here on earth." I was like, "What do you mean?" Because I felt like I got slapped with his words right there. Slap, verbal whipping again. I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You're forgetting." I was like, "Remind me." He said, "Live like this, your life will be stress-free. You will have more grounding in your life. Your life will be easier, whatever challenge, whatever obstacle comes into your path. If you follow these 3 things, things will be easier for you." So here's the 3 things. He said, first and foremost, please try to remember what I'm going to share with you. It may not resonate with you right now, but please remember what I'm going to share with you. He said, everything starts in our ceremonies, in our life, with Creator. Number 1, you tell Him everything that you're working through, everything you're overcoming, every opportunity you want to do. Always tell Him first. So what this means is your relationship with Creator is number one, everything you do in life. Growing up, I didn't understand this until I got later in my life. He said, number one, up there. Then that line comes to you. It's like a line coming down to you, right in front of you, almost like a circle. That's your home fire, wherever it is that you call home. Who's a part of your home fire, he said. I said, my wife, my children. That's your focus. No one else out there should interfere with how you feel about what's happening here. You take care of your family, he said. Your duty is to your kids and your spouse. They're the future. Now, if you're struggling out here, he said, people are calling you names, treating you differently. You've taken your focus off of right here. How you are here, the minute you step out to your work, to your community, your hobbies, you're an extension of that. So what he was trying to show me was to ground myself in faith, in belief. I don't talk about this openly to non-Indigenous audience. I don't go to corporations and talk about this. This is stuff between you and I. And I know the people watching here are also going to be mostly our people. Creator number one, your home fire. 2, your work is 3. You're an extension of that. When you're struggling internally with yourself, your mindset, look back at the home. What's happening at home? You ever notice that people who are struggling in their relationships are usually having a difficult time outside of their home? You see it in their workplace, in schooling. So now, as us as friends, we see each other as human beings going through that line. Maybe they're struggling. What can we do? Watch how we treat each other, because we don't know their story. We don't know their circumstance. We don't know if they had a parent. We don't know if we had upbringing. We don't know the environment they were raised in. So all we can do from afar is to lead by example and treat people with respect along our journey. Encourage each other, uplift each other. I'm going to tell you an example of this in my story. I'm here because a lot of people allowed me and gave me helping hands along my journey. You know where a lot of these helping hands came from? Off the reserve. They weren't from my own family. They were from people that I didn't even know. And little by little, people came and gave me blessings. And you know who sent them? As I'd find out later in my life. See, sometimes we go through life. We're going through things. We ask why. How come this is happening now? We don't know why. Sometimes what you're going through is preparing for you for who you're meant to become. Whether it's to be an entrepreneur, a leader, a teacher, a really powerful kukam or musham, whatever that person is, you go through things to become that person. Because maybe one day you're going to help someone that grew up just like you. And you have to go through that. When I was a kid, my mother raised me to the best of her ability. Just like this morning, I'm not promoting Pepsi, okay? In fact, we had Coca-Cola today, so it's all good. We balanced each other out. But as you can see, even back then, I used to like Pepsi. Who would have thought? But that was my thing, I guess, back then. But my mother was raising me, my sister Kendra, but there's also Farah and Marisha. So I'm the eldest in my family. And ever since I was a kid, I remember my family dynamics were watching the 6 of us, my mom, my dad, and the 4 of us. But like a lot of communities, like a lot of people, like a lot of families out there, we also had our struggles. We struggled to have a healthy family. And it came to a point where my mother decided that enough was enough. And she took matters into her own hands. She decided that she was going to separate from my father. She was going to leave the reserve we were living in northern Saskatchewan. And at this point in time, when you're a child from 0 to 6 years of age, this is the time where a lot of your habits are developed. How you learn to speak, how you learn to walk, how you learn to coexist with people. how you learn to behave, your respect, and so on. 0 to 6, that's a very vulnerable age for a child. So if all you see from 0 to 6 is trauma, is not having parents in the house, obstacles, unknowingly you would take that into your adulthood until one day you decide to say enough's enough. I'm going to change it. I'm not going to pass this on. I'm going to change it with how I live my life. And my mother, her upbringing was very similar. She grew up witnessing alcohol around her in the home, and one day she said, I don't want to have that with my family. And then we came into existence. And one day she said, enough's enough, and I'm going to change it. And one day, it was a hot summer day. Kindergarten had just finished. I was going to the res school in Big River First Nation. And there was a vehicle that just pulled up at the end of our driveway, a pickup truck. It was my mother's friend. As I'm walking towards the house, long gravel road, washboard style, trees on the left, trees on the right. I'm walking, picking up my speed as I'm getting closer because I could see my sister Kendra getting in the back seat, my sister Farah, Marisha. And so I'm starting to get curious, and I said, okay, what's happening? I start picking up my speed. I finally get to the house. I could see my mom grabbing garbage bags, boxes, putting them in the back of the truck. Finally, I get to the house. I said, Mom, what are you doing? What's happening? My mom looked at me. She said, son, go inside, pack up your bags. Hurry up, we're going to be quick. So at my age of 6 years old, my prized possession was Ninja Turtles toys, Ninja Turtles backpack. So I put my toys in that backpack. I went outside, threw it in the back of the truck. I jumped in the back seat, and off we went to a city called Prince Albert. We get to Prince Albert, and I was excited to go. Do you know why? Because we never had a vehicle. We only took the medical taxi on and off the reserve to leave. And I thought we were going to go to every native's favorite spot. What spot is that? Walmart. Yes, Lydia, you read my mind. I thought we were going to go to Walmart and maybe we'd get a toy or something. You know, I was excited. But then you're in the back seat, you watch yourself passing Walmart. Oh, geez. And then we end up in this room that had lights like this, fluorescent lights. A bed on the floor. We grab all of our belongings, my Ninja Turtles backpack, put it in that room, and we call this home for the next 2 nights. And then we go to a different room the next 2 nights. And then after a few days, you start to wonder, when are we going home? I wonder how my dad is. I miss my dad. I miss my family. And then we go to a different city, Saskatoon or Balford, bouncing around these different places that look the same, only to discover that we weren't going home again. So it was our normal now. Little did I know at that time, these were interval houses, women's shelters, all these different places we were going to. I later find out a lot of my brothers and sisters to this day still go into these, still in care. A lot of the people that my wife now teaches are in care. And here I am in this moment as a kindergartner just trying to find my way. When you're a child, you want to feel love, you want to feel a part of something, you want to feel like you belong somewhere. And every child needs is one loving human being. Even if you don't have 2 parents, you don't have someone in the house all the time, you need one person that loves you and shows it. That's the main thing. So you could be that to someone. You see someone struggling, you could become that person to someone. You could literally save another person's life with how you treat them, with care, with love. One day, my mother tells us that my kukum asked us to go and live with her. So we move all of our belongings to Sweetgrass, right by the Battlefords. And my kukum was the one to take us in. We moved all of our stuff to her living room. We slept on the floor in the back, the couch, my mom slept there, the 3 of us on the floor. We put our bedding together in the morning, and then in the evening, we put everything back out, and that cycle continued for days and days and days. Living with her. And it was in her living room where my kukum became my first teacher. She would share us teachings about some of the things I shared in the beginning here about trying to help each other, work together. When I was a kid, I used to get bullied a lot. Even into my high school, I got bullied a lot. And my kukum could see I was getting frustrated because bullies were having their way with me. And I started to get really in an angry state, I'll call it. I started to get really upset and angry. And my kukum could see that I was kind of changing over time. I said, Kukum, why can't I fight them? How come I can't fight these kids? I want to go fight them. They're beating me up. And then she gave me a verbal whipping. She said, you don't even know what that kid's childhood is like right now. You don't know who's at home, what's happening at home. You don't know what's causing that person to act that way. If you go fight this person, and you go back, you come back here, you feel good about yourself because you think you won. You go back to school and that person's no longer here, something happened to them. How are you going to feel, she said. It was like a big slap on the face to me. That's what it felt like. And it made sense. We don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know what that looks like. She was trying to help me to forgive people, trying to show me by example to forgive and move on. But I had a hard time remembering that when I was a kid, because all I saw was the struggle. I saw immediate pain, and I internalized a lot of that. Another thing that she would emphasize was the importance of taking us to our cultural events, our ceremonies. She used to take us all the time to our ceremonies back home. And at those places, I didn't know what was happening, but I would just be a kid forced to sit there and listen. Forced to sit there, behave, not run around, and listen. And that was hard for me, hard for a lot of my siblings, a lot of the young people back home. And then I met my kukum's son, which is my mom's older brother. And he was a lodge keeper back home. And later on in the future, I get a chance to go and talk to him. At this time, I'm growing up. He's asking me to be the doorman at his sweat lodge. He's asking me to bring rocks in. And he made me be his inoscapos at that time. And one day, my mom decided to give me tobacco. And she said, go talk to him. Go give this tobacco to your uncle and talk to him. Go ask him questions. So I went to go and talk to him. And he gave me another teaching I want to share with you here today, something that was really valuable. I used to tell him about the things I was working on, about where I wanted to go in life. And one of the things he talked about was what I had shared with you in the beginning. I was pointing up here. This is where he taught me. He said, try to take control up here. Try to take control of your mindset. You don't want the world to do that for you. And here we are in the future. All of us have phones. How many have a phone here? Put your hand up. Most of us in this room have a phone. What do we do in our spare time? What are we all guilty of in our spare time? I know some of you are doing it right now. I see it. You're going like this. Acting like I can't see you, but I could see you. Just kidding. We're all guilty of it, okay? And what do we do when we scroll? Where our attention goes where? To our phone. So my uncle was sitting me down and he told me, try take control up here. I never understood that until later. Try take control of your mindset. And then he shared another teaching. He said, try to think good thoughts about yourself and other people. Because our thoughts are powerful. They dictate how we behave in the world. Try to think good thoughts. So I took that home and I continued life. By the time grade 3 was coming around, we finally got a little 2-bedroom house not far from my kukum's house, about a kilometer walk. And when we got there, my mom pointed to the room that I was going to be staying at. My mom pointed to the other room my 3 younger sisters were going to stay in. After I sat in my room, I started to feel guilty. I said, Mom, where are you going to sleep? And then she pointed to this couch right here. She said, it's okay, son. I'm going to sleep on this couch. She slept there from grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, all the way till I graduated high school. Sacrificed. She sacrificed for me, my siblings. And I didn't realize that the effect of her sacrifice was going to help me in the future. See, all of us, we're here because someone sacrificed for us. Even if we didn't know them, an ancestor, grandparent, chapan, someone had gone through hardships so you and I can have opportunities today. And sometimes we forget that. We go through life, we wonder why things are the way they are, but sometimes we go through them for a reason, as they did, only to discover why we went through them in the future. It was preparing us for who we're meant to become. Right here in this moment, you and I have more opportunities than any of our grandparents, chapans, ever did. We have an abundance of opportunities. What we are missing is for those who are willing to get out of their seats and go after those dreams, go after their jobs that they're trying to create, go after their visions, go make it happen. I ran out of t-shirts this morning. I was going to give some here this afternoon. But one of the things I got people to do is to come up and grab a shirt. And there's only a couple that wanted to get up and grab a shirt, grab a book. I do have a few books for those of you who are new this afternoon, so I'll give those after today's keynote. The reason I got them to get up is because it demonstrates that not everyone is willing to get up and go after something. I've met a lot of people in my life that are like this. They'll sit here, they'll scroll, they'll comment about everything negative online, and then they'll say, yeah, I wish that was me, must be nice. But then they see someone getting up and going after something that's an opportunity, and then they complain 5-10 years why that person's successful. So be the one that stands up and goes after it. Lead by example. Even if you make a mistake, even if you stumble, you'll learn things about yourself. My first business failed. My first speech failed. So many things before they went good, something bad happened before that. So just because things don't work out doesn't mean it's the end of the road. Right here in grade 3, my mom decided to put me on a bus that took me off the res the first time. And this was the beginning, as I would later figure out, the Nietzsche gear story. This is where the brand Nietzsche gear came from. Let's stand up here. Show them your shirt. That's the brand right there, Nietzsche gear. This brand was created in a one-bedroom apartment in Saskatoon. The story behind this brand started when I was in grade 3, grade 4, grade 5. When I was in grade 5, I was getting bused to a nearby town school called Cutknife. Any driven through Cutknife before? Most of you? Through Cutknife? So, little farm community right beside Poundmaker, Little Pine, Sweetgrass. The reason people get bused to Cutknife at that time, it was a K-12 school. You get to graduate. So I got bused there. My mom probably thought I was going to get some grade 12 later on and finish my education. But something happened during that time. I met a childhood friend. His name was Johan. His name was Johan, and he came from a country called South Africa. Him and his family came as immigrants to this country. His dad was a doctor at the local clinic. And me and Johan both loved soccer. We liked to play at recess, and we were dreamers. A lot of our talk was about things we wanted to do in the future. So I never had a friend like this up until this point. One day at recess, though, we were kicking the ball back and forth, and Johan asked me a question I wasn't prepared to answer. A question that brought and made me feel uncomfortable, just like how I asked some of you to come up and speak. Maybe you felt a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. But sometimes when we're uncomfortable, Something comes out of that where you get up and do it anyway, and you learn something about yourself. This is one of those times. Johan said, Kendal, how come you can't play soccer with us after school? How come you can't play with us? We go to play all these different towns. How come you can't come play with us? And I told Johan, I said, you see that bus that just pulled up? He's like, yes. That's my only ride to and from the reserve. He's like, oh. Well, don't you have a vehicle? I was like, no, we don't have a vehicle. Well, doesn't your mom or your dad have a job back home and you can do, no, we don't have dad in the house. There's no jobs back home. We live on welfare. Oh. And then I went deeper. I said, we always have to collect cans and bottles. We have to pawn our belongings. And I was feeling really ashamed. I used to feel really ashamed and embarrassed to be poor. I was embarrassed to not have things. So I went on my bus that night. I went back home to the res. I was embarrassed, ashamed. The next day I get dropped off at school. And Johan's standing there already. He has a big smile on his face, and he's excited. And he said, Kendal, come here. I want to talk to you real quick. So I walked over to Johan, and Johan looked at me and said, Kendal, thanks for telling me everything about your story. I told my parents what you told me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now my face is red because I can't hold nothing in. Even to this day, if I embarrass myself up here, I turn burgundy red. Just kidding. But I turn red up here, okay? I can't hold my emotions in. So I'm like, oh, I was embarrassed. I'm like, why did you do that? He's like, no, it's not like that. We're actually going to help you out. I was like, what do you mean help me out? Well, my parents already paid for the $50 fee to play on the soccer team. I was like, that's great, but I have no right to go to the soccer games. He's like, it's okay. We're going to pick you up from your res and drive you to the games. He's like, where do you live, by the way? I was like, that res over there, Sweetgrass. Well, how do you get there? Because we had no GPS back then, so I wrote it on a piece of paper where to go, which road not to go, don't go down this pothole, and avoid these dogs on this corner. And eventually they showed up. They showed up down our res road, going on the gravel roads, washboard style. They show up and pick me up, and I was so surprised they did it. I jump in their minivan, off we went. I played soccer. This happened for 2 years. During this time, Johan and his family said, Kendal, why don't you come to our house this weekend? Come visit us. And I thought, sure, I have nothing else to do. I'll come visit. So I jumped on his bus after school, the Moniao bus, if you give you a visual, and I go on this bus, and all these Muniasak right here, I'm watching them get dropped off at their house. I'm like, holy smokes, look at that beautiful home they're in. Every house was beautiful. I'm like, oh my gosh. Finally, we get to Johan's house. We get to Johan's house, and finally we get off, and I remember getting off the steps of his bus, and I look up, and I was like, 1 floor, 2 floors, another floor to the basement with a walk out to the lake. And I couldn't believe what I had witnessed. Is this one even working? It's not working. It's working. Is it? Can you hear me? Check, check. Check, check, check. I'm gonna have to go really close to it, okay. I guess I'm gonna have to put my lips on this thing, I guess. All right. So when I got to Johan's house, 2-story walkout basement to the lake, and I thought, man, I walked in the front doors, and I'm like, man, I can't believe I'm in a house like this. It felt like a mansion. And I remember being up there, and I'm like, man, maybe one day I can have something like this. Maybe one day I can have a nice home like this. Wow. And then I remember being there that night. The next day, I watched his dad come downstairs. And we had just finished playing Mario Kart all night on his N64. And I remember watching his dad come down the steps. And he started working out in the corner, doing push-ups, jumping jacks, chin-ups on his chin-up bar. Then he'd do a lap around the lake. And I thought, man, whatever I decide to do with my life, I want to be driven like that guy right there. I want to be driven too. Johan's dad was also named Johan, so it got confusing talking to them. Johan Sr. became a role model to me. He was someone that I could see myself potentially being like in the future. I thought, man, I want to be driven like Johan too one day. So this happened for the next 2 years. I'd be at their house off and on, and eventually I made my way through grade 5, grade 6, and right before grade 7 was going to start, Johan and his family got a chance to meet my mom. They got a chance to meet a single mom who was trying to provide for her children. Right before they left, Johan's family went to my mom, and they called her in, and they said, Inez, my mother's name, Inez, we realize we're moving to the city. We realize that your son's not going to be able to have rides anymore. We're not taking that vehicle out there. Here, you could take that. And that vehicle allowed me, Kendra, Farah, Marisha, to continue to play after-school sports activities. It took us from grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, all the way through high school. By the time I was in high school, I went to North Balford. My mom's driving me to North Balford to play volleyball now. And there was a high school volleyball coach that said these words to me that I want to share with you. He said, I see potential in you. I see potential in you. You might not get a lot of playing time this year, but I want you to play on my team. I see potential in you. Never heard words like that in my life. Here was an outsider saying and blessing me with words. I believed it. Grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, playing volleyball, playing all types of sports. My mom was driving that I call it a res beast, okay? So here, I want to tell you the vehicle, okay? Picture this. A 1986 Ford Crown Victoria, burgundy red, no hubcaps, built for the res. Remember those beasts? Oh my gosh. But that res beast took us through high school. Kept me in sports. By the time grade 12 came around, you know what that coach said? Kendall, what are you doing after grade 12? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, you should apply to university. I was like, university? No one in my family's ever went and got a degree. He's like, you should apply. And I thought, Then he came back the next day. He said, Kendall, did you apply to university? I'm like, not yet. Kendall, you should apply. You could see you becoming a teacher one day. Really? I'm like thinking, man, this guy's kind of crazy. Then he came back again. Kendall, did you apply? It's like, not yet. I could see you becoming a teacher one day, coaching this volleyball team with me. You better apply to university. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's delusional. And eventually, I did apply. I sent an application to the university. I get a letter back in the mail. And it wasn't my favorite letter receiving. It was a rejection letter. So I showed it to my coach, my mentor, and then he said, Kendall, don't worry about it. Things always work out to people who keep trying. Another opportunity will show itself. Keep trying. And you know what? Something did happen. I got recruited to play volleyball in Northern Alberta for Keanu College, and I played there for 2 seasons. I went into a program that only required a 60 average. Don't tell him I said that. That's just how I got in. But I got into college with a 60 average, and I was taking university classes while being a full-time student. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's my first ever clap with, appreciate that. And I remember being there, and I felt supported because there's 4 of us Indigenous athletes that came from Saskatchewan to play on this volleyball team. First ever that many recruited in this college. So we show up there, and I remember going my first week of training, and during this time, we got to see all of our teammates. We got a chance to see. We were there for 2 weeks getting conditioning, trying to get in shape before our first games were going to come. And after 2 weeks, one of our buddies dropped out and went back home. 2 weeks later, another buddy dropped out and went back home. So it's just me and my roommate. He was from Isle Lacrosse, Saskatchewan. Me and him there hanging out. We made it all the way to the first semester. And by that time, it was Christmas break, so we went back home. During Christmas, I got my second letter. I don't recommend this upon anyone. It was an academic probation letter. I had to smarten up. And I didn't want to show this to anyone. I was very embarrassed. And I was like, man, I really got to pick up my marks. Otherwise, if I don't make it here, I can't play volleyball no more. They'll kick me off the team. So I had to really smarten up. I show up the second semester. I go to my dorm. My buddy didn't show up. So I thought, oh, maybe he's just taking an extended holiday. But my buddy never did show up. My coach said that he's not here right now. I guess he's not coming back to play. So just by myself, going through this time. Back then, we didn't have cell phones. I didn't have cell phones anyway. You had to be very, very privileged for that. It's kind of like having a Starlink today. Only so many people have that. So I didn't have cell phones. We didn't have FaceTime. We didn't have Facebook was just starting. I didn't even know about it at this time. We had High Five, Bebo if you're lucky, MSN Messenger. And I had a pay-as-you-go calling card for the payphone. That's how I called home. So I was very lonely being by myself up there. 2 months later, my coach pulls me aside. Says, Kendal, your roommate isn't coming back no more. He's not here no more. I was like, I know. He didn't show up, obviously. He's like, no, Kendal, he passed away. He took his own life. And I didn't find out till way later what had happened. My roommate, right here, we got a chance to hang out and spend a lot of time together. We played together. We trained together. And then I had a flashback to my childhood about my cookum warning me about exactly things like this, where we don't know people's paths, what they're going through, what they've gone through. The person beside you can be going through a tough time and you wouldn't even know it, because we've been trained and conditioned to hold it together. Try to keep going. Try to not to show vulnerability. And sometimes you do have to. If you want to heal, you have to show yourself. You have to humble yourself. You have to be willing to ask for help. You have to be willing to ask for help, and hopefully the ones around you encourage you, help you out of that fog, out of that valley, out of that obstacle. We're all built here today because someone helped us, someone sacrificed for us. I share with you a few people in my path that have sacrificed for me. A lot of my family members did. My kuko, my chapans, my mom. I had strangers who gave me blessings along the way. Eventually, I made my way back to Saskatoon. I got into the arts and science program, studying to become a teacher. And during this time, I met my now wife, who we share 2 children together. And this is when our first was born, Keanu right here. This is 14 and a half years ago. The day he was born, I was finishing my ITEP program, so I was studying to become a teacher. I was just finishing my program when I had this idea to create a clothing brand that would give back to youth the way that I was raised, the way that I went through with Johan. How can I do that for more people, I was thinking. All I can think of was creating a brand, donating a percentage of profits every year to helping kids like that. How can I do it? I had no business training. I had no mentors. How can I do this? That was my ask in my mind. Then I started to see business competitions, business workshops, and I would sit there in rooms like this and I would take notes. Figured out how to write a business plan. I submitted it the day he was born in the hospital at RUH in Saskatoon. He was in his mother's arms. I was on the ledge on my laptop working on his business plan. I pressed send and enter the day he was born. I forgot about it. A week later, I get called up. And they said, Kendal, congratulations, good job on your business plan. You're a finalist. Now you have to pitch your business in front of hundreds of people. Are you ready? I'm like, if you would have told me that in the first place, I wouldn't have entered, I'm thinking. Because I was nervous. I couldn't speak like this. I had a hard time speaking in front of people. I was a nervous wreck growing up. So I show up to this competition. Again, a recurring theme in my life, the only native in a room. In school, sports teams, business environments, even as a speaker, I'm on stages and mostly non-native in crowds and companies all around the world. It's been a recurring theme. I've been forced to be a lone wolf at times. So here I was on this stage in front of audience members, in front of judges, and I was shaking like a leaf up there. My heart's racing, there's sweat forming on my forehead, and the only thing I can think of doing was telling a story. Natural storytellers in this room. It's our gift. So I told my story. I told how Johan helped me, him and his family, like I told you. I have an idea to create a brand that would give back to kids just like me. That's why I'm here building this brand each year. And I would tell the story again and again, and little did I know that that story, putting myself out there, being courageous and standing up, speaking when I didn't want to, it gave me opportunities. And we won cash and services from those competitions to start this brand. Starting out of a one-bedroom apartment, I bought screen printing equipment. I learned how to design, build websites, do bookkeeping, accounting, all the things that I wasn't great at, but I learned pieces along the journey. And when I was able to understand it, then I'd delegate. I'd hire people in all these directions. But I couldn't do it right if I didn't understand my business. I'm speaking to the entrepreneurs right now. Try to understand every piece in your business so you can delegate when it's time. So I was learning this on the go, building it in this apartment. My kitchen table was my screen printing machine. Around that kitchen table was my first store in my closet. People used to come and buzz up and buy from my closet as a part-time gig. Then something happened. We found ourselves running out of money. Didn't know how I was going to pay for rent. My little toddler at this time, I didn't know how I was going to make it work. We found ourselves downtown Saskatoon applying for social assistance. And I had a trigger that happened. Anyone ever been triggered before? Something bad happened, you're like, oh my gosh, why did this happen? All of us have, except for the young ones. Something happened that needed to happen. This was it. I had a flashback memory to watching my mom on a little kitchen table budgeting a welfare check while I was in the future taking my family down that same route. It really hurt me because I watched what my mom did for me. And here I was graduating. People thought I was successful, and I wasn't. So I was taking my family down the same route, and then something triggered this memory. My first week of university, I bought this poster, exact replica. It was hanging on my wall. I could barely afford it. But every time I'd run back and forth from the main entrance, they had all these posters lined up. And that gravitated toward me, this poster, only because this guy right here is climbing a mountain. And I liked how he looked. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if he looks like that. But he was like, yeah, I made it. I made it. That's what it felt like to me. And me, my life feels like that. So I was like, I want to buy this poster. I'm going after my dream. So I bought this poster. I didn't look at these words yet. I don't know if you can see. I didn't look at these words yet. I just bought the poster. So I hung up on my poster all the way from 2007 to 2011 to this very moment being in that welfare line. I go back home to my apartment. I take my now wife, my toddler. I tell Rachel, I said, Rachel, I don't know how I'm going to pay for Pampers, formula, rent, but I have this idea, and I feel now is the time. If you support me, I'll do everything I can to make this business successful and try to provide for us. She nodded. Off I went, 2 feet in to this dream. No retreat. I have nowhere else to go. I have no choice but to make this work. There's a power in that. Too many people, they split their energy up, trying this, trying that. Give them excuses to retreat. When you put your energy into something, you have no choice but to find a way to make it work. You bring something else out from yourself that you didn't realize you had. And this had to happen for this business to actually go somewhere. So the minute I got back home, I remember seeing this poster. Can you guys read what that says down here? I'm going to read it for you, okay? This is what it said. The title is Courage, okay? He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. That's what it said. For the past 5 years, I was seeing that poster every single day. Power of what you see. Power of what you're seeing every day. So when it came time to jump 2 feet into this, I thought of being courageous. Unknowingly, it became a part of who I was. We grew it from that apartment to a little office downtown Saskatoon. We had an official location. It was a new building. We rented a little 100 square foot space. People coming in, buying out of our debit machine. We were going to powwows, trade shows, all these different places throughout Saskatchewan, selling our hoodies, our t-shirts. Then we got a big break. We won a kiosk, rent-free for 3 months. And we started to sell our stuff. And here's something that I encourage all of you to do, especially when you're building a business. Reinvest your money. You make some, go reinvest it. Make some, reinvest it. This is how we snowball it. It could have been so easy to be like, I sold out of our whole cart. I'm going to go buy myself something nice now at the mall with the rest of this money. You have to put that feeling on pause. Reinvest and buy more stuff. Reinvest so you can buy and expand your product line, your selection, your services. Buy better equipment. That's how a business grows. Only by reinvesting. I'm going to time out real quickly. I never had mom or dad to ever give me money to say, go build your business. I had no choice but to be self-reliant. So if you don't have anyone, it doesn't mean that you can't start or grow nothing. You have to go after it. You have to try. 3 months later, we grew it from that location to our first official location ever done in this country. We had all the media outlets wondering who this 20-some-year-old entrepreneur from the res growing this brand. I had to learn how to work with people, hire people, delegate, hire bookkeepers, accountants, designers, merchandisers, other people from different cities, Prince Albert, Regina, helping them to grow this business. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was going as fast as I could, nonstop. I was like a hamster in a wheel. You know what a hamster does after a while? Gets tired, right? And that's what was happening. I was burning out. I was trying to hold it together. Now I'm raising 2 children, my son, my daughter. They're now 14 and 11 years old, all while trying to maintain my family. My wife's a teacher in Saskatoon now, helping a lot of inner city youth who are doing the best to stay grounded, stay motivated. Sometimes they see her as a mom because they don't have mom at home. Sometimes we go through things to become that person for other people. More locations we started popping up, different cities, hiring people, partnering with people. One of the things that had happened throughout this time, there were so many times where I doubted myself, I wanted to quit, I wanted to throw in the towel. I listened to a lot of racism. The hardest part was hearing it from my own people at times, lateral violence. So many people wanted to see it fall. And as time went on, I had this gravitational pull towards something. And it's what I'm doing right now with a microphone. This pull, thank you. I'll tell you a story here before I wrap it up today. I was in Medellin, Colombia. I flew there to go to this trade show, 2015. And I was there the first day trying to source materials for Nietzsche gear. But something, because I was outside my environment, something pulled me in a different direction. You ever have a feeling, an idea, a project, and you can't get it out of your head? Put up your hand. You ever felt that? You have something that you just can't get out of your head. It keeps coming back again and again. It could be the idea for a live streaming business, custom products, being a recording artist, producer. Could be things like that. You can't stop thinking about it. And this happened outside my comfort zone in a different country. And you know what that idea was? Focusing on this, because I was starting to get asked to go to different communities, different places all across the country. And I thought, I want to do this more, but I didn't want to leave my business. Because the minute I'd leave a business alone, things would struggle. And then so I'm in Colombia trying to find products for the stuff I was selling. And by the second day, this gravitational pull towards this dream became overwhelming. So I locked myself in my hotel room, bought some paper, and I mapped out my entire room of how I was going to grow this business I'm now living. The speaking, the training, the consulting I do. I was in there mapping it out, different country. I stopped going to that trade show. So after I came back home, I flew to Toronto. I went to this big event on my credit card points. And I started to be there, and I watched Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Bob Proctor from The Secret, all these legends. And I thought, man, I can do that. I can do that one day. I went at intermission. I went on the stage. I took a selfie of myself. I said, I'm going to do this one day. And I kept working towards this dream. Throughout the time, we're building Nietzsche Gear, and we're helping a lot of Indigenous youth across this country. Not just in sports, but also with bursaries, helping them to achieve their goals in post-secondary, getting degrees, finishing programs, growing Nietzsche Gear as a speaker, going out there. I got a chance to meet King Charles, gave him a Nietzsche Gear medallion. Damon John from Shark Tank gave him a Nietzsche Gear medallion. The Prime Minister gave him a medallion. All these people I got a chance to meet and talk with. Now, I want to end off with one story. Who didn't get a book today? Okay. Should have enough. Don't go nowhere, okay? Actually, can I get you to hand out the books to whoever didn't get a book yet? Put your hand up again. He's going to come and give you a book right now. As he's handing these out, I want to tell you a story, okay? As he's handing these books out, I'm going to tell you a finishing story here. What am I holding up here, my friends? Who knows what this is? Boomerang. What does this thing do? I throw it. What happens if I throw it right? And it does a big U, and it comes all the way back to me, right? If I catch it or not, it may hit me, it may catch it in my hand or whatever. What else could happen if I throw it out? What if it doesn't come back to me? What else could it do? If I throw it in this room, what happens to one of you if I miss? It might hit one of you in the head, right? Now, I was gifted this pretty recently. And the reason I brought it today, I've never actually brought this to any public presentation before. But I was thinking about this when it was sitting on my shelf. I'm like, I'm going to bring this and I'm going to tell you a story. I told you that many years ago I struggled with bullies. People used to belittle me. They used to physically hurt me, even their words, growing up from elementary to high school. My kukum taught me to try to let it go. Try not to fight. Try not to get into arguments, you would say. So I had to hold myself together throughout all this time. So my thing, as I threw this into the universe as a kid, try to get along with people. Try to get along. These other kids, what they were throwing out in the universe was inflicting pain, hurt, words, belittle other people. The time of Nietzsche Gear, at that first store I showed you, do you know who my first customers that came through that door? Those childhood bullies. Those childhood bullies were coming to buy from the person they used to hurt. What we plant today, what we throw out there with our words and how we treat other people comes back to us. And if you're suffering right now, hang in there. Because Creator might bless you in the future with something. But you got to hang in there. You have to keep moving forward. You have to support it and uplift one another. Just like our entrepreneurs who came up here, we got to support each other. So the next time you're going through an obstacle, a challenge, maybe it's happening for a reason. Maybe it's God actually doing that. Maybe it's Creator actually putting that in front of you because He wants you to do something else with your life. Maybe it's Creator doing that because you're meant to grow and become who who you're meant to be in the future, and where you are right now requires a different way of doing things. That's why certain thing hasn't worked out. That's why you're going through what you're going through right now. That's why things were in the past. Don't hang on to that. Embrace who you're meant to become. And in order to get there, sometimes you have to unburden yourself. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive others. Always keep moving forward. Kakio, Nyawiya, we're all brothers and sisters. We should all be supporting each other. My goal was to uplift, to help all of us here today, and I hope that we did to that today. Hi, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Remember Justin? He was going to
Oh, yes. And now we got a real amazing gift for everyone. We're going to call up Justin and Sienna. Come and do your performance. Right here. Can we hook up a flash drive? Yeah, we could do that. What do you need? Sure. Let's do it. All right, where's your flash drive? Let's do it. Okay.
What I have for all my shows.
Okay.
All my shows. Yeah, I did one.
Okay, oops, sorry.
So I'm gonna be introducing you.
Okay.
I don't have.
Let's see. Right here. Okay, where do I go?
Music.
Music? Which one?
Survivor's way at the bottom.
Ready?
Nope. She's gonna introduce me, I guess.
Okay.
Scenario.
I want to make sure that it can play. Chief, do you have a Bluetooth speaker? I can connect to your Bluetooth. Do you have a Bluetooth speaker? Because I only have a laptop. I'll get you to hold that. Okay?
Yeah.
Gotta find a way to hook up the speaker.
That thing fell.
Did it?
You might have to do a microphone to the thing to actually get the music out.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
need the both microphones? Do you have an extra microphone?
She does.
I'll hold it right there.
Because I need one to hook up to.
Oh,
Use the music for my laptop. 'Cause I don't have a-
Should have brought my phone.
Extra one. This one? Your loudest mic, whatever it is. Is that the one? All right. All right. Let me know when you're ready. I'm gonna pull this.
All right. Yep. Up there.
All right. There you go. Let me know when you're ready.
hey guys. Justin is gonna be performing a song for you guys today. It's called Survivor, and I hope you guys enjoy his show. And
good.
clap very loud at the end.
All right. Give him a round of applause. All right. Cheer him on.
Yeah,
Here we
hey,
go.
what's up, Bunny Lake? You kind of put me on a spot here tonight, but I guess we're gonna do this. All right. It's the future that they gave the little warriors. Damn, like the waters they control and they just wanna hold us down. Like the education system being fixed to hold us down. But the only way I'll stop is when they drop me in the ground. It's the only way they see a 7-piece, but I'll be damned if I let them murder me or any member of my fam. They've been trying to wipe us out from the beginning, it's the plan. They the ones without the power and it's really our land. Presidential school is more than just a ruler to the hand. What about the missing children that go and play outside because they're buried in the sand? Jesus didn't teach us to be evil, it was them. Forcing them to speak but they don't really understand. Younger generations couldn't keep up on the path. Once they knew the basics of survival, then they ran. Never thinking twice about their life while looking back. I bet even Satan couldn't stay up in the hell. All those little rapists should be hanging by a bell. If we give them what they want so they can call us down. Carry out the hateful execution of a man. So they come arrest us and convict us on the stand. Looking at my family like here we go again. Prison is a model, residential victims down. Locking me away because the color of my skin. Watching me in pain until I suffer to my death. Then there's one more native, they ain't gotta pay a cent. All the money in the world, they couldn't make a dent. To replace all of our language and the knowledge from the past. And this fire deep inside of me inspired me to dance. For my people out here dealing with an illness, I will dance. For the ones who need to heal from a depression, I will dance. For the ones who are here pleading for forgiveness, I will dance. For the ones who couldn't be here in our presence, I will dance. For the ones who came before us and our future leaders. For the power of the drum that lives inside me beating.
Yeah, that's what's up. There you go.
Oh,
Hi,
round of
hi, hi, hi.
applause. Woo! Good job. Good work, good work.
Thank you.
Awesome. Wow.
Good job there, Justin.
Good job.
What I'd like to say is I'd like to thank Kendall to coming to Onion Lake. And I heard Kendall at a workshop, and I've been following him through Facebook all this time. And I've been dreaming, putting in my head, he's going to come to Onion Lake. And we did make it happen. Thank you, Kendall. And I would like to get the ladies, hoping that they would be Vanna Whites.
Let's also give them a round of applause for making this happen, eh? Lydia, her whole team, a lot of work put into this. Shout out to the 7 Generation podcast for also streaming. Hey, awesome.
I want you guys to cover him up with this. Okay? Huh? Is there? Oh, wait, take it out. Just leave those pillowcases on here for now. Okay, Kendall, we have our special feathers that we hand out to our clients, and it says, thank you, Kendall, for coming out.
Thank you.
And this is for you.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. Thank you.
And we have our logo cup.
Okay.
Okay, our mug in here.
Awesome.
And
Thank
these
you.
ladies are going to present this blanket out to you.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Do a photo real quick here. Kim, I'll get you to. Let's see the. There you go. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Okay.
very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kendall. I have another person that, Tammy. Tammy, we mentioned that she has started a good business, and she's been donating some stuff, and she made this for Kendall. She created it. Okay. Yeah.
That's a first. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like this to my wife. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So I've asked the entrepreneurship program students to promote what they are doing in their businesses. So that's what they've been doing, is promoting themselves.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yep.
And whoever would like to get pictures taken with them, there we've set up a place out there, or even get them to sign your book. But before we do end, we have door prizes. So I hope everybody got a chance to sign their paper, put their name in here. I need you guys' help. Okay.
Here, I'll do this.
You have to be here to win. Okay? Sierra Wolf. Come choose. No, let her, she'll choose. They'll choose a bag. So you get to choose a bag. You don't look in there. You just grab a bag, and that's yours. The other person is Charity Marty. She left. Okay. Rebecca Miller. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Come pick a bag here. Oh, you can pick any bag. Rita Little Wolf. We have a lot of door prizes. You pick a bag. It's up to you which bag you choose. You can dig in there, just. Rose Watchmaker. When we do the, yeah. Yeah, any bag. Who's that? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks for staying. Kim. Is it Kimberly? Is that you? That's how you wrote your name? Okay, go ahead. Pick a bag. Yeah, you can look.
Thank you.
Trish Cook. Yeah, good. Carmen Patagan. She here? She's in the washroom? Okay. I have to tell everybody. Okay. Come take when she gets them. Carmen, you have a prize. Cheyenne Harper. Don't forget Carmen needs to come pick up. Slow down for you. Kara McDonald. How many more do we have? We still have quite a few. Is she? Show it.
Oh,
Yeah. Brett Crooks. I don't know. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. It's up to you which one you choose. Ivy Hool. Rainy D. Rainy D. Pick a bag. You choose. but without look. You just take a bag.
Without looking in the bag.
Yes, looking in the bag. Take a bag. This way, stop. Adrian can of potato. Is he here? Oh. Lonnie Chief. I don't know. I don't know. They're all no, don't look. Don't look. Rainbow. Sorry, Rainbow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go bring it to you. Also.
Is he here? They stepped out.
I like your lyrics. It's like
Lisa. Kikwanaham. Okay. 2, 4, 7. Choose whichever one. Shanine McDonald. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Jennifer Smallboy. Jennifer.
I don't know that.
Ellie Patagan. Eli Patagan. I know, it's Patagan. Yeah, little girl's writing. Ellie. Donna McDonald. She left. Oh, no, she's right there. She came back. Draven. Okay, you better take it. Did Randall come back?
No. Probably having a smoke. Should we leave it? No?
Tyler again. Tyler is not in here. But not in here. Second time he lost out.
Oh, there he is.
Okay, and then there's a gift card.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't I just give Randall one? It's only fair.
Where's he?
Where?
Oh, they left.
Take your last one.
should I check these here?
Because I don't want to.
Oh, he's not here. Okay, he's not here.
Not here? Yeah. Okay, gift cards now. Which one is the first one? $25 Tim Hortons donated by Jordan's principal. See it? I don't want to. Did she win?
I put two of them
Okay.
down. Yeah.
You want? The one that Paula Cook didn't win. Paula Cook. Did she leave?
Oh, she's okay.
Oh, another one. Okay, make sure we didn't take picture.
I think I only put the rest of them back.
Who is this one?
Oh, that could be that one.
This one's yours.
Oh.
Yeah. Malatra Janvier? You? Oh, okay. Well, how do you? Oh, Malanta. Superstore.
Superstore. Oh, wow. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
you're welcome. what is the? Superstore, $75 Superstore from ETC. Amber. Fourth word. Another one. You get to go shopping, okay? McDonald's, $25 donated by Jordan's principal. Andrea Chief. Are you Andrea? She is here. Oh, okay. What's next? Okay. Superstore, $75 gift certificate. Kyle Awasis. Did Andrea come in?
She's in the back.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you. I
welcome.
was in the washroom.
Okay. Subway card, $20 one, donated by Jordan's principal, Matthew Dillon. Right there. Good. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Last, final one, Superstore. And that is all. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Kendall's here if you guys want to get your book signed. Oh, two more. Book signed or take pictures back up there if you need to. Lionel Waskiewicz. Oh. Sadie Stanley. Buffy Woodstone? No, she's here. One more. Sheila. Ruth left. Real good. Mary Dillon?
Okay, that's the last one, right?
She's online. There you go. Okay, thanks again. Huh?